SkyEye, and we're building the first digital cameraman. So we're all into adventure sports these days, mountain biking, snowboarding, kite surfing. For some of us, it's about health and fitness, but for most of us, it's about looking cool doing these things and generating a lot of content to put on Facebook. Now, unfortunately, the best thing we have to do that is GoPro today. But the problem is it's really expensive. You kind of look like an idiot with this clunky camera on your helmet, and all your friends already know what it looks like going down a mountain slope. What you really want is to look at yourself doing all these cool things. What you need is this digital cameraman following you around, generating shots like this. With SkyEye, we've taken a small step towards that vision this weekend. Let's take a look. So we've tried to build this concept of a chase cam that's basically following and tracking a user and capturing video of the stuff they're doing. So we have a quadcopter which is fitted with an HD camera, and we've put beacons on it so that an iPhone app can detect the distance from the quadcopter to the app itself and basically autopilot the drone to follow the user at certain distance, like a chase cam. So on the left you see what the drone sees, and on the right is us just doing the demo. And as I come towards the drone, it basically retreats away to capture a wider angle, and as I retreat, it moves in to focus in on the action. So Robert's going to talk a little bit about how this actually works.
Awesome. So to achieve the desired chase cam effect, we broke down this into two sub-problems. The first one being maintaining a constant distance from the user, and the second one being making sure that the drone's camera is always facing the user. So this weekend, we decided to tackle the first of those two problems by using what is commonly known to industrial engineers as a PID control loop, which produces a horizontal velocity adjustment for the quadcopter based upon the perceived signal strength of the iBeacons that we placed on the drone. You'll also notice that we used 4 iBeacons on the drone for improved signal quality and improved signal responsiveness.
Thanks, Robert. Now we're going to try and do a live demo. So Mohit's going to try and pilot this in a way that the quadcopter follows him, and hopefully we can get out of here without hurting anybody. So Mohit has an app from which he's going to basically start the copter, and from that point on, the app is basically controlling the motion of the copter, or maybe it isn't. We'll find out.
Here, we're going to switch off.
Oh, the suspense.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. All right, so we have liftoff, and the drone is basically trying to track Mohit's phone, and the app is using. Okay, so as he moves towards the drone, it basically moves back to capture a wider angle and it stabilizes. So it's basically going to, obviously this loop requires a lot of tuning, but it's basically going to stabilize. That was exciting. That was actually a feature we built in. If the activity being recorded is too boring, the drone does some awesome stuff on its own. Make an interesting video. But so we're really excited about what we've been able to do in the last 2 days. And with GoPro, you just get a really expensive digital camera with even more expensive accessories. What we want to give you is your own digital film crew for your next personal adventure. So if you like what you see, check us out on SkyEye.com. Thanks. Oh, sure. Any questions or? Oh, sure.
Would you build any additional safety features into the drone?
I thought that was safe enough, but I mean, sure. So, one of the things, obviously we're restricted by altitude here as well, so it's bumping into a lot of things. So you can definitely have a lot of safety features inbuilt, like controlling. So even if your algorithm goes wrong, you can have checks and bounds on the maximum speed this can achieve, or the maximum or minimum altitude and stuff like that. And it's actually made out of foam, so it doesn't hurt very much.
Also, there's a camera in front, so you can make sure that it doesn't bump into something.
Right, so that's the second part of the problem. So we've only tackled the beacons here, but then when you throw in computer vision to the mix, then it really gets a whole other degree of control to not really bump into stuff.
So would you foresee selling people a drone with all this built in, or something that you would attach to someone's existing drone?
Sure, because I mean most of it's in software, so you could have the beacon as an accessory, because the drone's already been sold. So you have instructions on how to attach the beacons, and then you have this app, which is a complement to the app that Parrot already makes to pilot this drone, except this would be completely in autopilot mode. You start it off, and then you keep moving, and it follows you. So yeah.
How do you keep it personal and secure? What's preventing me from taking my drone and following you home? I'm gonna do it.
So the app is linked to certain beacon IDs, which you register at the time of purchase. So unless someone hacks the system, which is possible, but there are ways around that, and only then would they be able to really program a beacon to track the other app, or rather the app to get the drone corresponding to those beacons to follow you.
Plus, your phone needs to be in a Wi-Fi range of the drone. So unless you are following me home, your drone can. Oh, sure.